fuck is up, gamers? It's your boy The Goods, and we are back for episode number 22 of Ryunosuke Naruhodo Ace Attorney. In the last episode, you guys, we talked to a lot of people. In this episode, we need to try and finish up the investigation phase so we can move on to the trial, blow through the trial, and then finish this trial as fast as possible. So, we need to pan right and examine the ladder to begin working towards... No, I'm not doing that. Fuck you. It's the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes has his own wax statue in here? Really?
Well, he is world famous after all.
It's an uncanny resemblance, isn't it? It makes my skin crawl to look at it.
I know.
That's him. But look, Runo,
you can kick this Hurley and he doesn't move a muscle.
You can't go around kicking the exhibits, Iris. Wait. It just moved, I'm sure, and not just a little bit either.
Really? Did it?
And look closely. There are beads of sweat on the face of this waxwork model. Who's that? Shall we move on, Iris? Over there, look. There's a great murder scene to enjoy. Much more appealing.
My dear fellow, I take exception to your recoiling in such a manner, as if you've seen something truly abhorrent.
Mr. Sholmes! I knew it.
Iris, what possessed you? I strictly forbade you from divulging my temporary waxwork secret to Mr. Naruhodo.
Temporary waxwork? What do you mean?
And that kick! Could you not have exercised a little more restraint? You winded me! But Runo has something he needs to ask you. Ah, a question? And I thought you'd probably be getting bored too. So here we are. Well, I can't deny that your timing was impeccable. A mere 2 minutes more being stationary like that, and my great brain, upon which all my success has been built, would have turned to wax.
Thank goodness we arrived in time.
Indeed! In many ways, the pair of you just saved the world from an unimaginable loss. Oh, Hurley, you do like to talk nonsense, don't you?
You could know something, it's true. About Lord Van Zieks and what happened in the past to change him. Don't we have a trial to find clues for?
Now that you're here, let's take our time. How can I be of assistance? But you're in luck. I'm suddenly quite taken with the idea of conversing.
Oh, well, actually, I'm quite in a hurry.
And if my eyes don't deceive me, I believe something is afoot within the walls of this very museum. A most fascinating case, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Moreover, I have a strong suspicion that it's related to the matter about which you've come to me now.
But how could it be?
We shall speak again presently, my dear fellow, but for now I must return to my work.
What? Back to being a temporary waxwork exhibit? Okay, so you can skip the topic of interest to progress the story. What? Oh, you can literally just skip to something to ask you. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do then.
Well, what is it you'd like to ask me then?
Actually, it's about Lord Van Zieks.
Ah, our friend Mr. Reaper. How did you find him? Well, I trust.
I'm so tired. I was gonna take a nap and then I just didn't, and I got hungry and I ate lunch. I ate lunch dinner. And so I filled Mr. Sholmes in about everything I'd learned. About Lord Van Zieks, about Professor Harebrain, and about the strange coincidence that they'd been at university together. Intriguing. So I'm wondering what it was that happened to make Lord Van Zieks such a different person.
I was sure that you'd know, Hurley.
You said there was something going on here in this exhibit hall before, that something was afoot, and that you believed it was related to what I wanted to ask you about. Mr. Sholmes? He suddenly claimed up.
Well, it seems we've reached the unavoidable...
Greetings. Oh, hello. Hold on, that's not.
Greetings.
Oh, hello. Where did she appear from? And what's she wearing? Could she look any more mysterious? Yo! She's a baddie!
I hope you are appreciating my museum.
Sorry, have we? Mr. Sholmes, do you know this? Not again.
My apologies. I am Esmeralda Tuspels. This is my museum of waxwork.
What? You're the Madame Tuspels?
Bien sûr. Though only 26 years young,
She's my age. Almost.
I might add.
Is that significant somehow?
I'm a madam in name only. It adds a certain je ne sais quoi.
Right.
Firstly, I must apologize for my waxworks. Or rather, one waxwork in particular.
That'll be Mr. Sholmes then.
I was led to believe he was a great detective, but he seems unable to settle. Next time you move from your designated exhibit, there will be toil and trouble.
Yo, my God.
She sounds deadly serious.
That's a problem. How am I supposed to ask Mr. Sholmes about Lord Van Zeeks now? Let's not
forget what Hurley said before, about something being afoot. Right here in the museum, I mean.
Yes, I know, but
I'm so curious. I want to know what's happening here.
haven't we got enough on our plate already? Damn, she's a baddie. Hold on, I need to like Google her. Hold on. I don't like that at all. Intriguing. I don't like that says Esmeralda Tuspels was a French wax sculpture. What the fuck is that? I just heard like a scuttling, you know, and I was like, what the fuck? Anyways, she is absolutely a baddie. I'm getting like sidetracked here. Do they have like a picture of her actual face? I think the winking picture is like as close as it gets. That's what I'm trying to find. For a character this fucking like drippy, you know what I mean? And like hot sexy, you'd think there'd be more like actual fan art, you know what I mean? I've seen like maybe 3 pictures just on her Google Images. But whatever. We need to talk to her about something afoot. I wonder, could I ask you something?
Bien sûr.
I'm just curious, is anything going on in the museum at the moment? Some kind of incident, perhaps?
Whoever suggested such a thing to you?
Oh, well, it was your temporary waxwork over there who mentioned it to me a little. Oh, he's disappeared. I don't know who a wax model's a work of art, not some tawdry object for trade. Oh, it's him. I hate when they do that shit. There you are.
Leaving the exhibit again when you should be working? Do you wish to be melted down?
My dear Madame Tuspels, save your reprimands. There are more pressing concerns. The wax can wait. It's our ideas about your current problem we must throw into the melting pot instead. Personally, I would advise you not to involve the police.
Why ever not?
She's turned white as a sheet.
Because you have at your disposal a great detective whose services you may employ for merely 50 shillings. For a mere 50 shillings. But please be aware that I prefer, no, I insist upon the payment in advance.
What a crook.
Very well. Let us see if the great detective is able to live up to his name, shall we?
She must be making bank if 50 shillings ain't fucking shit for her.
Before I engage my analytical process, I must ask you to clarify something. What, pray, is behind the curtain?
That is the Two Spells special exhibit. There is an extra charge to see it.
Ah, the special exhibit in the House of Horrors. It must depict a special killer then, I presume. Would you be so kind as to draw back the curtain, I wonder?
Oh, absolument non. There is nothing amiss behind there. I think I should give her this voice.
Nothing amiss, madam. What about the arm protruding ominously from under the curtain?
I strongly encourage you to allow me to see what lies beyond before the situation worsens.
Yes, very well. I will draw back the curtains, but only a subcon.
Whatever that means. Ooh.
I must confess I peeked behind the curtain earlier. Tuspel's special exhibit is a very bleak graveyard scene indeed. And yet, somewhat surprisingly, the waxwork killer one would expect is nowhere to be seen. It does strike one, however, is the portly gentleman lying peacefully on his back on the floor.
Yeah, what the fuck is that about? God, I got like, I spilled water. And it's like... Well, then perhaps, Mr. Sholmes, that man on the floor is the ruthless killer himself.
I'm afraid not, my dear fellow. He's perfectly ordinary London. He's a perfectly ordinary London gentleman. Not even a waxwork, in fact. What? As skillfully made as these waxworks are, they're always distinguishable from real humans. So, allow me to present my two conclusions. The first is that a sizable business transaction has been taking place in this special exhibit.
Why? Why would you say that?
And the second is that the aforementioned transaction is linked to a serious crime.
Ah!
She looks as pale as candle wax.
I don't understand.
So, Madame Tuspels, as you've agreed to my fee, you shall now have the pleasure of seeing this famously great detective and temporary exhibit at work.
Okay. Topic 1. Waxworks Fate.
To begin with, we must ask ourselves what exactly is afoot here in this museum.
I don't care about any of this, by the way. Like, at all.
The answer is revealed to be a bundle of banknotes protruding so helplessly from your bag. Well, in my estimation, some £200.
That is all my own money.
So what does this large sum of money reveal? Ah, not as much as the involuntary glance you cast, it would seem, Madame Tuspels. Yes, the answer lies where your eyes now fall. The significance of the £200 is revealed by that public notice. Waxwork for sale. Your business is at hard times, it would seem. In short,
So she's not running in it.
you sold the infamous killer the centerpiece of your special exhibit for the sum of £200.
No!
Now let us explore the next curiosity with which we are presented. Who is the portly gentleman stretched out so peacefully on the floor? It would appear the man has suffered a severe shock, the cause of which is clearly known to you.
Ah,
Unfortunately, madam, keeping secrets does not appear to be your forte. What dealt the man such a shocking blow was, of course, the £200. It would appear that you twisted this gentleman around your little fingers most effectively.
what are you suggesting?
Jesus fucking Christ.
He rashly agreed to purchase the waxwork for the sum of £200. Only when he came to hand the money over did it occur to him what an extortionate amount he was paying. But the money was no longer in his hands. And the result? The scene we see before us. He collapsed in shock. Yes, the killer in his special exhibit fetched a killer price. We can only pray that the gentleman's dreams are not played with regret.
Oh my god. Jesus. This shit is so long. Okay, what has become of the waxwork? We need to figure that out. It just takes so fucking long. I don't care. So the Necker Chief is known as a policeman. By policeman is a secret sign that a crime is being perpetrated. He's an undercover policeman. Sergeant John Clay. What? The old man there. He hasn't moved a muscle as if he was a waxwork. What? Oh, he has a... Oh, the price tag. That's on his fucking scarf, by the way. So he thinks that this guy's a fucking waxwork. That's crazy. So, yeah, you're a fucking idiot. Do we get to the actual point of this? Because, like, I don't know, I'm sleepy, but, like, genuinely, I don't care about this. Like, I know it's related, but, oh my god. They make, like, such a fucking thing out of him being wrong. And then they, like... Okay, yeah, she's gonna kill him. Special exhibit features this old policeman, so that would mean he's the particularly ruthless murderer, wouldn't it? The killer policeman, Ottermole. What? I think they have it fucked up. I think the quote-unquote policeman's the killer, and the old man is a dude. Fucking... God, can we get to the part where I... Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. Like, normally I wouldn't be skipping all this dialogue, but holy fuck. Like, genuinely, I don't care. Like, all of that was so unnecessary. Just be like, I don't think that's right. Here, let me take a crack at it. And then boom, you just get into this part. None of that, all of that was fucking stupid. Okay, so on statement 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. She definitely looked in this direction, it's true.
But I'm not sure she'd sell any of her waxwork even for £200. She must pour her heart and soul into making them, don't you think? Over and above the wax. If it were me, I wouldn't sell them for anything.
That much money I would, but it sounds like that makes me a bad person. Well, anyway, let's follow her glance. So you're supposed to rotate the camera, and you find this note on the wall.
What's that note doing pinned on the wall there?
Oh yes, let's see. I don't like the fucking 2D bullshit. Dear Madam Tuspels, we've taken the prisoner from this room. The price for a safe return is £200. Have the money ready by noon on 23rd October.
What?
This is just like the sort of thing that's left behind when someone's kidnapped.
Yes, it's a ransom note.
Exactly. Okay. So we're going to present. Take that! Right. And then on statement 16. That's insane. Okay, so they took the waxwork. Who's the portly gentleman on the floor? Statement 16. Yeah. Okay, so we need to see what she's trying to hide by rotating around her. ain't her hand.
This is just Madame Tussauds' right hand, isn't it?
Yes, it must be. I can clearly see her left hand after all.
No, but wait a minute. This is a left hand as well, look.
Don't say such creepy things, Iris, please.
And it seems very stiff, too. In fact, it's really hard.
I love the idea of him running back through it and they're just tickling her hands, you know? Like, I guess Iris could get away with it because she's like 10, but, you know. The idea of them just like around her butt crack, you know what I mean? Just digging in her hands, bro, is so funny. But I guess we'll present that. We're almost there. But again, like if I've been reading all this shit, we would have already been at like the end of the episode by the time we got here, you know? Like genuinely. What am I getting text for? Okay, so a hand protruding from the bottom of your cape. It ought to be a right hand, but on closer inspection, it's a left hand. Somewhat masculine as well. In other words, it doesn't belong to you, madam. It's the hand of a waxwork model.
Some of the visitors to my museum can be troublesome. They meddle with the exhibits and cause damage.
So you mean that arm?
Yes, the gentleman saw fit to try and remove it as a souvenir.
A whole arm is crazy. It's like taking a whole branch of a cherry tree when you go to view the blossoms.
I'm afraid I had to teach the man a lesson.
By turning him into a wax statue. He was knocked unconscious. So we know that the waxwork was kidnapped, is what matters. Good stuff. Good stuff, buddy.
The question that arises then is, what has become of the waxwork that changed hands?
Okay, so this is where we can do that. We need to rotate the camera and see that he's missing an arm. So that's where the arm belongs to then. Okay. So yeah, so I mean, I'm just gonna fucking take that! Yeah. I'm not even gonna bother clicking it. Statement 13. We reveal that the other guy fell asleep. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so that guy's a waxwork model. He was a celebrity. Yeah, bullshit. So this is where we have to present his like twitching body. Yeah, so hold on. Just present. Take that! Alright. We did it. Telltale sign that instantly prove whether or not this man is a waxwork is the obvious twitch. Because real waxworks do not twitch. So he's a real guy. I love the, like, I skipped ahead in the walkthrough, and, like, it says, usually you'll be partnered with Susato Mikotoba, but you're on your own for the first and second part of the trial. So she comes back later. Thanks, asshole. Fuck you. So anyways, she contacted the police. He's clearly fatigued. He's sound asleep. I'm just like, I skipped ahead a little bit to scarf tied around his arm. Secret signs by detectives show that criminal activity is currently underway. There's been criminal activity happening here. I see. Okay. The good news is that part 1 actually seems comically fucking short of the trial. Like, I think the actual gameplay might be long. So this guy's just a fucking dude. Whatever. Just Still missing. Yeah, still a mystery. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, what the fuck was the point of that? Deduction complete. Elementary. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it seems like there's only really 2 things that happen in the actual trial, which is good.
All sorts of people visit my museum here, men and women, young and old. Sometimes they drop in just for a short time on their way back from the bar.
Why am I making her fucking...
I think I am giving a birth.
Have I don't think I've talked about that video a lot. Hold on, I'll explain that in a second.
Anyway,
Damn, she's a baddie.
your great deduction was even more enchanting than I had been led to believe.
It was a pleasure, my dear madam. I'm gratified that you enjoyed the spectacle. And as for your rough customer, I've no doubt he'll regain consciousness shortly and return home. What concerns me more is the waxwork from the special display. He was indeed genuinely abducted.
What?
Yes, tragically it was.
Then I would ask you to recount to us the events surrounding the stolen waxwork, in as much detail as possible, if you please.
Very well, but after I have told you what I know, I must insist you return to your work.
The talent of a great detective could be put to better use, I feel, but as you wish.
So, tell me about the stolen waxwork then.
It was some days ago now, when I came in here one morning. I immediately noticed that a waxwork was missing from the special exhibit here. It is a most prominent display, so that's why the curtains were closed. And I found the ransom note in its place.
The culprit must have broken in during the night and taken it then.
So this waxwork that was stolen, it was a model of some horrible criminal, I suppose.
The killer left a more profound scar in society. The professor. What?
So, Mr. Naruhodo, it seems the cycle is complete.
Sorry?
The professor case happened around the time I was born, didn't it?
Indeed it did, Iris. 10 years ago, a series of murders that rocked the capital.
10 years ago?
Yes, at exactly the time that Barak Van Zeeks graduated from university as facts. What? Surely he's not saying...
So the big event that changed Mr. Reaper's life?
As you've surmised, it was the professor case.
Who was this professor then? This was not on the wall here, but whatever.
There was a series of gruesome murders that all had London gripped in terror a decade ago. After 5 victims were killed, the man was arrested, put to death.
And now he's immortalised here in wax for all Londoners to admire and enjoy. Though, of course, he happens to be absent at present on account of the abduction.
But I don't understand. How is this all related to Lord Van Zeeks?
You must first understand, my dear fellow, why it is that the professor earned such infamy. It was due to the victims he chose, some of Whitehall's finest.
What do you mean, Hurley?
Those murdered by the professor were some of the highest members of the British aristocracy. Members of the nobility, even royalty. It sent shockwaves through the country's administration.
Members of the... Ah, wait, of course! Lord Van Zeeks is from a family with noble blood.
Oh gosh!
He was the 5th victim that led to the professor's arrest. The last of the killer's prey was a young noble by the name of... Clint Van Zeeks.
No! I don't believe it! Van Zeeks! Oh my god!
Oh, I'm sure you can piece together the rest for yourself. In the wake of his older brother's murder, the young Barak pursued a career as a prosecutor, and eventually became the Reaper we know today.
I had no idea Lord Van Zeeks had such a tragic past.
Well, I'm afraid that's all I can say in the matter, for the time being at least. After all, I have work to do. There's a waxwork exhibit.
I'm afraid I shall excuse myself as well.
Oh yes, of course. It's been a pleasure, thank you. Well, none of the predicted scenarios I've been analyzing involved you coming to visit me here. Oh, that's okay.
It's been far too long, it really has. I'm delighted to see you, Barak. It's been 10 years, and here we are, meeting in a prison of all places. I can't forgive myself for what happened to Mr. Osman. I just can't. I still can't believe it could happen.
Tomorrow, the court will decide.
Yes. I have a young Eastern man acting for my defense. He seems reliable enough, though. It was an accident. A terrible accident. He assures me he can prove it. I must warn you. Oh, I know. I've heard already. You're going to be prosecuting, aren't you? Yes.
He is fucking built. Are you seeing these muscles?
Since I returned to England, I've heard lots of stories. Barak, are you really... What? Never mind. I know that you have my best interest at heart. My friend is on trial. I wouldn't entrust it to anybody else. Of course, I fully understand. Thank you, Barak. Until tomorrow, then. I'll see you in court.
When I get, like, good looking, and I'm like 30-something, so my face looks like that, I want to cosplay Barak Van Zieks. Like, unironically, that shit would go so hard. But, for now, I think it's about time that we save the game. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.